Hi everyone, thanks for joining. This is going to be an overview of the 2022 planner lineup that I chose going into next year. It's based off of the all the different systems I tried over the course of this year and last year. It has been just throw something at the wall and see what sticks kind of a couple of years. But I think I found a few things that will stick. This is going to be my, just what has turned out to be kind of a catch-all just for like to-dos and a quick bit of journaling, some memory keeping, and some photos with my husband, a fold out of goals that I did on paper, track what goals I did want to hit for next year. This was thanks to Quita from FancyPlansCo. I reviewed her goals foldout years ago, and I've just been making one ever since. But it does have a neutral layout. This is Frankenplanned for weekly vertical, and that's where I put the majority of the daily to-dos when I look at everything else in the system to see what needs to get done. And then I also Frankenplan it with the recovery planner because I like to journal here. I'm really working on gratitude this year, and then your mood you could track, and some other things you want to track here. So just a good weekly to-do setup, just happy planner. This is a happy planner. Everything in here is happy planner. These are from Levenger. They're just some graphite color discs I really love. I use them on a lot of my planners now instead of the hard cutout discs. So that's one. The next one is going to be a goals planner. I did dedicate a planner to it. This is the leather agenda from Cloth and Paper, and I'm obsessed with it. I love this quote: the harder I work, the luckier I get. When we go more in depth into this planner, I'll talk about that quote, but I love it so much. These are some notes for some homes we're building and what we want to see in it. So I'll take those out for now. I love this card for planner press, an ollie clip, some Cloth and Paper, AM PM here. And so what it is, it's just basically I made this into a what are my goals, for the year. I'll just cover those for now. And then it's a wellness 5-year planner, a personal 5-year planner. Tell me how much you love that. This is from Planner Press too. She has amazing stuff. Throw me to the wolves and I will return leading the pack. How many of you identify with that? And then a career 5-year plan. And that really helps. I have one also in my financial planner. I love this phrase. It came in a Cloth and Paper sub box. Tough times never last, but tough people do. I don't imagine myself taking this out. And so this is just a yearly overview. This is what I did last year. I just have some of the transparent Post-its here that I use a Sharpie on just to kind of target goals that I want for the year, for the quarter. Start to jot that down. And then this is different. So this is by month for the year. It's a weekly, week 1 through 5 goals, and then the top major goals for the month. And then a Gantt chart. I'm in project management, or had been in program management, and so this is just feels second nature to me, that I know what tasks I need to do to reach these goals, and I can track it here. But also this is just super high level because there was a time I was planning everything so far in advance and then just said, that's no point because life happens. But then I realized not really setting goals allows you to just kind of stand still a little bit. So I figured if I make it super pretty and I want to go into it, I'll use it. And I really, really love this. I used it last year, and a little more fly by the seat of my pants with the goals this last year because I was coming off of 2020. Who didn't? Where 2020 nearly kind of wrecked everything. but it was very, very stressful. And so I felt like the majority of this year was catching up, and I still don't necessarily feel totally recovered, but I'm sure that's a lot of you. But that's why we plan, right? So we get our stuff together and plan. We can feel good going into the future. I know for me it eliminates some of the anxiety, and it's just fun, right? I mean, it's just fun. So next is my financial planner. I got this mint green A5 from Filofax because I don't know, finances, mint green just screamed finances. So just real quick, look through. This is from Sparkly Peach Co. I was about to order a ton of stuff from her again, but she's out of business, so I hope she's okay. I feel really bad when small shops go under, but it's beautiful. AnniesPlannerCo, I think, does some similar type of cutout laminate things for planners. I have a few dividers from her. So this Keep Moving Forward, most of this is from cloth and paper. I just love it so much, keeps me motivated. So I have good quote, financial related, perseverance is not a long race, it is many short races, one after the other, and that is so very true. Financial 5-year plan, it is filled out and some milestones, but that's personal, so I don't necessarily want to share that. You can do a vision board, more so for our house, so we'll skip over that. And then wish list, I don't really want for many things, so it's blank. But I thought this was super cute and really pretty from Planner Press. So in there, it shall stay. I love this. She has been through hell, so believe me when I say fear her when she looks into the fire and smiles. That is also from Planner Press. So this is where we get into the meat of the financial pages. I don't have too much in here. I did a heck of a project all last year. I tracked every single cent, everything, and then averaged everything together by category. I was always pretty good about tracking finances, but I made such a more strict budget this year, like some charges by credit card. Now I do follow the Dave Ramsey principle, like debt snowball. However, 2020 nearly wrecked me, and I'm a little hesitant to only have like 1,000 in savings. It makes me so nervous. And he says not to use credit cards, so I use the credit cards, but I treat it as if it's my debit card. So I pay the full balance on every single credit card every month. So helps keep credit up. Don't necessarily need that to build credit, but it does help. And when you don't carry any balance, you're not paying any interest, and you still do get some of the points. So it's been kind of nice. So I also tracked Black Friday. So here's some budget pages for like what is my Bank of America card going to be. All this is in pencil because I still have to fill it out. Again, I said it's not going to be in depth, and here I am going pretty in depth. But anyway, I have a general overall budget now because it took me about 20 hours total to get all of that put together. But this is all in the inbox. I just assumed it was like incoming bills, I don't know, and incoming money, and then money paid out, getting out of debt. So we're getting out of debt pretty aggressively. So I have those trackers in there. And then each month is going to have a yearly and fixed expenses. I kind of like put this in here just so I would know how to use it when I was brainstorming how I wanted to use it. Burial expenses, savings, and 401k, and then Amazon only. I don't know about you all, but just for fun, go into your Amazon account and see how many purchases you made in a year. Just probably mind-blowing. So we use it basically for all home stuff, and sometimes it's just so second nature to just order it and it'll show up at your door. I just want to be a little bit more intentional about Amazon purchases. challenges is, and hopefully just make like one a month instead of multiple. So I just plan to put in this cloth and paper month just the bills that are upcoming. These inserts are from Infinite Lotus. And then where were those other inserts from? Oh yeah, cloth and paper. These are part of the finance bundle that I've spent so long. So then every month is just the same. And I have a totally separate Excel document that I use also for finances. It's basically like a running digital check register. I kid you not, it is already filled out and projected for all of 2022 to like each card payment and each treatment. I do like skincare. I'm trying to get a lot of acne scars removed with some chemical peels and stuff. So anyway, all of that, all those finances go in here, and that 5-year plan that came in the bundle with the other goals, the finance 5-year plan is kept in here. Anyway, so the next one, only because it's similar, is my work planner. Similar, Filofax A5. She's beautiful. A lot of nudes and neutrals is kind of my work palette. So I do have an unboxing of my work bag, the On The Go GM Louis Vuitton is a video on the channel that I use for work. This is my current setup. So it's still kind of in progress, but just high level. Work is so fast paced, but I have some PaperTessDesigns inserts that really help with like a weekly routine, morning routine, afternoon, and then by day, which really, really helps for the job, and then just a running notes list. The way I set it up, which I found worked for me, these are Infinite Lotus because I love how simple they are. It's so simple and so pretty, just classy, you know. You can cut to today. Again, these are also Infinite Lotus, and it's just the week, so you can have priorities to do, and then just jot some things down that occurred for the day. And so it's monthly and weekly, and that's the whole planner. So I can have 1 year review, which helps because we have to do mid-year reviews and end-of-year reviews, and this will kind of like jog my memory if everything is in one place. Last year, my system for work was just all over the place. I was a contractor and flipped to full-time, and so responsibilities became more, which I'm very, very grateful for. So systems changed, and sometimes it was just so fast-paced that I realized I wanted a dedicated notebook. So this is an A5 Stalogy that I'm going to use dedicated to work. So it's the same as an A5 page. It doesn't fit in here with all this. You can't close it. I tried because I really wanted to. But this is just, I think, a half-year A5 Stalogy, and I'm obsessed because I loved it so much. We'll get into kind of how I use the B6 Stalogy in a bit, but for now, this is the A5. It'll just be like running to-dos, and I will have all of the papers in one place, because last year or this year I had just a lot of loose notes, separate pages, separate systems. It was too much. It had me overwhelmed, so I plan to just get a bunch of these babies and keep them all together so I know where to find everything. So that's work. There's one other part of the work system that I'm not going to share because it's personal, and it's this compact Saffiano leather by Filofax. And this was initially my habit tracker. You're going to laugh when you see my current habit tracker because you're like, oh yeah, no wonder you couldn't fit anything in this anymore. But this is really perfect for work. So ignore that sticker, it needs to come off. I haven't gotten up my goo gone yet. But I have like an AM routine for work and PM routine for work that helps when it gets really crazy. This is from Planner Press, and so she continued, a successful woman, and she continued because I'm sure that hit you. And then Morning Mindset, it's a good review. These tabs are from Salty 22 that took me, I don't know, probably a year to get them when they were in stock, but I customized them. So I have a mindset, which can be like affirmations, thanks to SMPlans. She was awesome and kind of spurring me on to think about really doing affirmations daily. What is the schedule? What is my daily routine? And then habits. I do have habits at work that I want to keep track of, and really make sure that a lot of things get done, a lot of responsibility. So I had that tracker there that'll help. And then just separate sections. So that's what we have. We have my success affirmations, kind of separating some of those habits. This is from Planner Press 2. Isn't it amazing? I love that. It just, some days you need to see it. So that's the final component of the work system. You can see the work system all together. There you have it. So I love it. Pretty classy. Don't mind if everyone's seeing it. So another one I'll show is this personal Filofax in stone. I love this color. This setup though, I mean, come on. This is from Jane's Agenda. These tabs are from Cloth and Paper. Now this I bought October, November of 2020 and didn't use it. I fully intended to. I used it for a few months. I bought it as like a caregiver planner. So in September of 2020, my mother had an MCA stroke and it was devastating. Thank God she's okay now. She's healing, but she still can't drive. So I drive, you know, anytime something needs to happen that involves driving. I pay most of her bills. I balance most of what's needed. And so here we just have like some of these recurring bills, and what we see is just like some dailies, the Hobinici style, that you can turn into anything. So I can block out times, I can block out days, I can do just about anything. There's also transactions there, but I can make this Hobinici style from AnniesPlannerCo nearly anything I want. And that's the full year. I was keeping it in my catch-all and it was just so overwhelming, and that was like all I saw some days, which was very overwhelming. So I made something separate, and it's pretty and beautiful, and if we need to do it, at least it'll be beautiful to look at. Next is my brain dump, which like saves my life. So this is a Moterm V6 cover. It's awesome. I love it. So in here is my Stalogy. Again, I'm gonna go into all of these probably in more detail later. But notes from my husband, because he's amazing. Try not to settle if you can help it. Don't settle. But just some information here. It was like just everything onto a page. And it didn't matter what it was. It was just whether I had anxiety, or it was lists, or what I needed to remember to do, or you name it. It just has everything. Or most recently I put in Christmas wrapping paper and birthday wrapping paper because it made me happy. So we're just getting into next year. But I love this. I think what I did realize though is that I can't really put everything on one page. It just gets too crowded, and I have to like go back and like pick through it. So I'm gonna do like brain dump on one side, and then like leave this one side to kind of organize it better when I'm like in the right mindset too. So I'll brain dump on one page and leave the other side blank. If this is all full, I'll move on to the next page, brain dump, and then leave the side blank, because I could always go back, kind of clean it up as needed. But for now, you know, this is working. This is from Sterling ink, free printables, beautiful stuff. So that's that. That's just purely a brain dump. If I'm sitting down at night and I was like, I have so much on my mind, I won't be able to fall asleep until I get it all on paper, it's in this baby. I love it. I'm so glad I did it. Again, thank you SMPlans. Brilliant idea. Total game changer, because then I can go into this brain dump and then transfer it into my other planner if I need to. Only a couple more left. I know this seems like a million more planners, but I know you understand. So this is my habit tracker. It was a revised version from what I used this year. It's beautiful. I love it. This is by far one of my favorites. And again, I think I showed you my old habit tracker that I now use for work. Like if we just, hello. Can we look at that now? It grew, and really, again, coming out of 2020, I was just in such a funk. I wasn't doing much of anything. I wasn't doing self-care. I wasn't, it probably was borderline depression, but I was just running ragged and working 12 hours a day and taking care of my mom, and just wasn't taking care of myself. So we'll cover, I do want to do a separate video for this, so do stay tuned when we cover a lot of that. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. I think most of you, if you're watching this video, may have heard of PaperTessDesigns, just beautiful, like personal side tab heaven that she has. But hers is a full planner, and mine is like just habits and make sure you take care of yourself, wash your face, do your appointments, whatever you need, fitness, breakfast, lunch, dinner, make sure I eat, notes. I don't know if anyone else is like me. If you're like stressed and exhausted, you just want to get stuff done. You don't want to stop and eat. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm weird, but for me, that's what I need. I need to make sure I'm doing that so I can stay healthy and not get run down. I use a sleep app where I put data for sleep, where it's like quality, the time I went to bed, when I woke up, when I went to, how long was I asleep, how restful was it, how many total hours of sleep did I get. So I track that, but then I also track a super overview month, an overview view from like what is tracked in the other areas. Strength, Bowflex, how to do self-care, how's my water intake, how much caregiving did I need to do, like how empty was my cup that day. Aftermath, just like if there was just so much that just went down that I was just so stressed out. Was it high stress, anxiety? Did I have a headache? Just to kind of see, I'm starting to get a much better idea of what gives me headaches this year that I really had no idea earlier why I was getting them. This year was the first year I had migraines, and it was terrifying. So but they haven't completely gone away yet, so I'm really trying to manage them. But this is a Hey Planner Girl printable where you can put in all your habits. When I get into my other habit tracker only video, I will go into that detail. But I went today, Planner Press, beautiful, just all of her stuff is amazing. So typically I would just do 1 month at a time, but I said, you know what? I've had a really good system the last few months with my habit tracker. I'm just going to print all these pages from AnniesPlannerCo, put it all together, salty 22 tabs, cloth and paper tabs. But again, we'll get into that in a different video. So that is my habit tracker. I'm in this every day. It's amazing, saves my life. Most days, some days, that is the only thing that makes sure I take vitamins. So we do that. Lastly, this is my A7 pocket. She's super chunky. I love it. It's my on-the-go planner, and I have a lot of, stuff in here that I use on the go. Imagine that. So I have my inbox, some just like happy, pretty little things. And again, we'll go into this maybe in another video. But it's basically just anything I could possibly need. My cards, so it acts as my wallet. I'll just summarize it that way. It acts as my wallet, and I love it. It's absolutely amazing. I really like the system. It works for me. If I'm on the go and I need to write something down or reference something, I have just enough reference in here that it makes it, make sense. It makes it work for me. So I have cloth and paper dividers back here. with some, I'll have to remember, I think it's PaperTessDesigns. Maybe I'll have to keep that included in the bottom. But just white tabs, salty 22 tabs, cloth and paper tabs with my own little section, more cloth and paper, AnniesPlannerCo, I believe. And, you know, so it works. It works. It is a system that I don't see myself not using. The only thing I did do for next year was just get a different color Moterm. So in case I'm at work, again with neutrals. So I haven't put it all together yet, but when I do a flip through of just the wallet or A7, I have this baby ready to go. Another Moterm A7 with the cloth and paper Alu clip and my inserts for the year. So I'll put all that together and that'll be a separate video. So that sums up the entire lineup. So, and that was like not really getting into too much. That was leaving some of the detail out. So it's a lot, but you know, when you find something that works for you and it alleviates a lot of that anxiety that some people may have. Like, look, that's not even all of them, but it'll help a lot. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I am absolutely happy to help answer them. The only last one that I have that I haven't done an individual yet, I don't know how or when I will, but this is the personal wide rings that I plan to use. I just haven't really kind of thought about all of the details of it yet, but it's beautiful. So once I get more into that, it may become, you know, a reference planner or an extension. A lot of people call it. I want to get into that before I start to video anymore. But that sums it up, guys, ladies, everyone. So I really appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in. Again, if you have any questions, please leave them below. Certainly appreciate you tuning in. Absolutely awesome. And until next time, have a great day.